welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Maddie, and today we are making another Disney related DIY in my Ariel series. Now, today we are making Ariel's iconic pink ball gown, and it is very similar to the last Ariel related ball gown that we made, which was the green one. Now, if you have not seen that video yet, it is going to have a little more detail on how to put this costume together than this one is. So if you like this video, please check that one out next, because I do actually get to make it with my younger sister. But otherwise, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on this project, and we're going to do that by breaking down the design, going through the patterns, and then covering what materials we'll be using. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so the pattern we will be using today is McCall's 4681 View A or B. Okay guys, for the materials we are using today, we are using this beautiful white sheet for the underskirt, and it's got this really pretty geometric square pattern on it, and I think it'll add just enough detail that the original design does not have, that it'll give it a little bit more of the Maddie flair we're looking for. Secondly, for the sleeve puffs and potentially for the underskirt as well, we are using this 3-yard panel of white satin. And then finally, for the most iconic part of the dress, we have about 6 yards of pink satin, which are combined from 2 different types of satin, so we're gonna see how well this goes, but I think we will be good in that department. And then finally, we have a couple details like brooches and lace that we will add later on in the project. Okay, that being said, let's go ahead and move a little bit more into the design aspect of this dress, and then we will go ahead and cut all our pattern pieces and materials out. This dress features the same Disney staples that are seen over and over for some reason in most of the Disney dresses, and it includes a puffy sleeve with teardrop inserts. It features a heart-shaped bodice with a little bit of cording at the top, which is unique for this Disney princess, and then it features a large flowy ball gown skirt with side drapes on the side. Fabric out, we're going to go ahead and start working on sewing the skirt together. And the first plan of action is to sew the underskirt layers together, and this is what they look like currently. It's kind of a mess on the floor, but these are the sides, and I have to sew the seams down this way. And then once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and add this sheer chiffon layer on top of them. Guys, the next thing I'm going to do is trim the base of the underskirt with this light pink satin. Okay guys, here's what our underskirt looks like. I think it turned out really nice. Now all I have left to do with it is to sew up the back and add some waist ties. Once that's done, we will go ahead and move on to the side drapes. Okay guys, so now we're onto the side drapes. Let me move this chair out of the way. Now I went ahead and cut a 4-yard panel of this pink satin in half, so I have 2 yards on each side. Now this side is folded widthwise, and this is what it looks like. And then this side is folded lengthwise. Now I think what I'm going to do for these side drapes is go the lengthwise route. And all I'm going to do is gather the length itself, if you can see that, into a waistband, and then gather the fronts and backs and then tuck it into the waistband once I sew it. So once that's done, it will give off that effect we're looking for. And once that's done, we will go ahead and move straight on to the bodice. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sew the side drapes together, and then finally we will finish the last part of our project. Okay guys, so I've gone ahead and sewn both of them, and now I'm going to attach each of the panels together and then add a tie to attach them in the back, and our side drapes are done. guys, so these are what the side poofs look like. I think they turned out okay. I mean, there's definitely some quirks, but my sewing machine was pushed pretty hard just to get this much fabric shoved into these two tiny little waistband strips. Okay guys, now that we've completed the skirt, we're gonna go ahead and start working on the bodice, and the first thing we're gonna do is sew the lining together. This is what our lining looks like, and all we have to do is sew the center front to the side fronts, and then sew this entire center portion to the side backs. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so here's what our finished lining looks like, and now I'm going to go ahead and get started on the overlay or outer portion of the bodice. So this is what our bodice plan looks like for the center front. So I've added a little bit of lace to the sides, and I'm planning on doing this pink ribbon. And then finally we will cinch the top of the bodice to add a flared bust area like you see in the original design. So this is what the finished front bodice looks like. It looks a little messier than it actually is, but now that this is completed, I'm going to go ahead and attach it to the lining of the bodice. Okay guys, so this is what our bodice is looking like, and now what I'm going to go ahead and do is cut a white satin strip to line the top and the bottom of the bodice. Okay guys, this is what our bodice is looking like, and this is what it looks like in the back. And I'm going to leave the zipper just like it is so I can tuck it into the back of my skirt. The final step to this bodice is adding the decorative brooches in the center, but once that's done, we'll go ahead and move on to the sleeves. So this is what the finished bodice looks like, and now we're going to go ahead and move on to the sleeves. Okay guys, so now we are on to the sleeves, which are the last portion of this Ariel dress. And the first thing we're going to do is cut the sleeve into strips and do a very similar thing to what we did with the Snow White dress, where we alternate pink and white. So we can later on create that diamond pattern you see in the sleeve. Now that I've sewn the generic sleeve shape, I'm going to go ahead and add darts along the top and bottom of the sleeve so it'll look a little bit more three-dimensional like this top example. So I have finished both sleeve puffs, and now I'm going to go ahead and attach them to the sleeve cuffs. Okay guys, now that I have sewn the basic sleeve puff to the sleeve cuff, I'm going to go ahead and sew the sleeve sides together and then attach it to the bodice. That's it everybody for this project. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please subscribe, and without further ado, here is our final result.